and welcome back to my channel, your sanctuary for all things home, health, and style. My name is Timberlyn Price and I'm here with Circle as well as Jupiter. 5 months ago, I started doing something that completely changed the way that I feel about myself, and I'm super excited to share that with you today. 5 months ago, I started doing something that completely changed the way that I feel about myself, and that is how I use my planner. Now, I know that that might seem a little bit dramatic to say that this new method has completely reformed the way that I think about myself, but it's totally true. See, for most of my life throughout middle school, high school, and college, I used my planner the same way. And that was at the beginning of the year when I got the syllabus. I would go to whenever something was due and I would write it down on the due date. Like I said, I did that for years. It worked really well for me. I was a total nerd in school and never missed an assignment, hardly ever, and religiously used my planner to keep myself organized and never had any issues. Until I graduated from college, was no longer in school, and was thrust into the true adulthood and real life. Once I started doing all the things that all of us adults have to do, like running a business, managing a home, balancing a social life, time with family, and time alone, like all us introverted people desperately need from time to time, that system no longer worked for me. What I tried to do was every day I would wake up and I would sit down at my planner and I would open up that week and I would try to plan out, usually on a Monday, I guess, like, okay, Monday I'm going to do this, Tuesday I'm going to do this, Wednesday this, Thursday this, and so on and so forth. That's definitely one way to do it, but the problem with that, if the rest of the things took too much time, or maybe I wasn't feeling 100% that day and wasn't able to have enough energy or motivation or discipline to cross everything off, that would lead me to whatever was left on Monday, I would move to Tuesday. Then I would have more stuff to do on Tuesday than what I probably had time for already, plus the leftovers from Monday. And then things would just keep getting bumped down further and further in the week, sometimes months if they weren't high priority tasks. And even on the days where I felt like I was doing the most and was the absolute busiest, I would look back at my to-do list and I would find that I actually had very little that I could cross off. And I was kind of confused, feeling like I did so much in the day, but also not remembering what I did and feeling like I had nothing to show for it, and basically feeling like an absolute failure every single day, which was not fun. And that really just left me feeling like, well, why the heck can I not get my life together? Why am I such a failure every day? I'm so lazy because I'm not able to do everything that I wanted to do. What the heck is wrong with me? But really, I wasn't lazy. I wasn't a failure, and there's nothing wrong with me. I actually was filling my day with productive tasks. I was doing so much more than what I had written down, while also not doing everything that I had written down, if that makes sense. I was constantly feeling overwhelmed by my to-do list and underwhelmed with my performance and ability to actually complete those to-do lists. After months and months of feeling this weird guilt, I realized my system was not working for me. So at the end of last year, I finally got the idea of a new method of how to use my planner, and it has been going swimmingly. I feel so much more fulfilled, so much more grounded, so much more accomplished. It's a complete game changer, and even if I don't finish every last task on my to-do list, I no longer feel like a complete and utter failure. So if you've ever felt like your planner is more of a guilt trip than a tool, I hope this video can encourage you to try something new. So the most important thing is finding a planner that works for you. And actually, I've used this exact same planner for the past like 5 years. I love it. It's from Sugar Paper Essentials. I buy it every December from Target. It checks all of my boxes, the way that it's laid out and the aesthetics of it all. There's a monthly spread, plenty of room for notes, to-do lists, weekly goals, And I love that it's hardcover so that I can toss it in my purse without worrying about it getting bent up or ruined. Now, even though the layout has been the same all these years, the part that was going wrong for me was the way that I used it. So in my planner, there's a page on the left side to each weekly spread called This Week, and it has these little sections labeled to do, to call, to email, and to buy. And honestly, I just started ignoring all of those. Now I treat it like one long master to-do list. Anything I need to get done goes there. And I do still cross things off as I go, but I don't assign them to specific days anymore. On the right side, where the daily columns are, I started doing something totally different. Instead of writing what I wanted to do each day, I started writing down what I actually did after I had done it. And that was a total game changer. Whether it was something small like taking a shower or something big like doing a 7-hour in-home organizing session with a client, I would write it down. Anything that takes more than like 10 minutes of my time, I'm writing it down, because those 10 minutes can really add up when you're doing all these various tasks. And that was kind of where I was starting to feel like I wasn't accomplishing anything. Another thing that I started doing that I really, really love is utilizing the full month spread. I used to literally just skip over this thing. Now I use it as a gratitude journal. Each day I jot down at least 3 things that I'm grateful for, or some little moments that made me happy. Before the monthly calendar spread, there's also a spot for some notes as well as some goal setting. The monthly notes section, I kind of use like a journaling space where I'll reflect on the past month, what went well, what I struggled with, how I was feeling. Once I do my journaling, I use the right side to bullet point out the things that I want to work on. Then I try to check in on that at least once a week to just remind myself of those goals and track any progress that I've made. Oh yeah, and then I also forgot, across from the weekly planner on the like to-do list side, there's this etc. space, and I like to do a weekly kind of like journaling check-in there as well. There's also a little box called This Week's Goals, and I kind of use that as a flex space. I used it as a spending tracker. I use that section to track where I'm at in the video production process, and that helps me stay really organized. Another thing that I really love about this planner is that it actually comes with a page of stickers, which at first I never really used these, but in the last like 2 years, I would say that I definitely have started to use them. And as you can see, when I do my monthly check-in on my goals, I'll give myself little stars or hearts. Another kind of unique thing that I do is I have a bunch of clear sticky notes that have little inspiring messages on them, and like this one is my favorite probably. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. So on days or weeks where I'm feeling really stressed out, I will just stick that right on the page, usually underneath the day that it currently is, so that way I can still write down the things that I accomplish, and it's just there as a little reminder. I'll typically leave my planner open on my kitchen island all day long because I'm constantly referring to it, whether it's just to jot down completed tasks or to check what's still left on my to-do list. All of these little tweaks have made such a big difference. I feel way more calm, way more accomplished, way more organized and in control, even when I don't get to everything on my list. The guilt is really just not there anymore, because I know if I don't accomplish something this week, it's going to be saved in my planner on a previous page. I don't have to worry about sticky notes getting lost or stacking up. I don't have to worry about keeping things written messily on a whiteboard or anything. I can just easily flip back to it, and on a week where I have less to do, or maybe a day that I'm feeling motivated to catch up on missed tasks, I can easily reference them and cross them off. And when it comes to prioritizing unexpected tasks, I've learned to be much more flexible. I try to just do the things that are the most important earliest in the week, so when things pop up later on, as they always do, I don't feel discombobulated and freaking out that I'm not going to be able to finish the most important things because they're already done. If you take anything away from this video, I hope it's that you don't have to keep doing something just because that's the way you've always done it. A lot of my content is about organization, slow living, healthy living, etc. And one thing that I say in probably every single one of my videos, and I'm going to say it again now, is that we are always changing and growing in our lives, and sometimes we are using outdated systems. It's okay to stop doing things that aren't working well for you and try to brainstorm methods on how you can get it to work for you. When I stopped using my planner as a checklist of how I should be performing and started using it as a tool to reflect and support how I actually was living, I started really seeing how much I did each day to show up for my family, my home, and for myself. So if your current planner is just not cutting it for you, change it. Cross things out, ignore the labels, and turn it into something that reflects your actual rhythm. It's not about perfection, but it's about giving yourself credit for the life you're building, one task at a time. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you found it helpful or it gave you any ideas on how to improve your planner setup, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas and how you think some of these methods might be able to help you as well. And if you're looking for more home organization or holistic wellness content, I hope you will consider subscribing. If you're on Instagram, I'm usually over there on stories every single day, so you could get a nice little glimpse into my life that way as well. I know I always like to follow people and see what they're doing in their day-to-day because I'm super nosy as well. So come over there, say hi, let me know that you came from YouTube. Lots of wellness tips, cats, pictures of my garden, crazy conspiracy theories that I'm into that day or week or month. It's a good time. Thanks again for watching. My name is Timberlynn Price, and together we'll make every moment at home extraordinary. See you next time. Oh my gosh, there's a little inchworm on me. It's so cute. Look at him, he's dancing. It's so cute. I'm gonna go put him in my garden somewhere.